sports and community activities. I'll stay afterwards so we can go a little bit more in detail on what that means and how I can help your business grow by helping my business grow. And look forward to some long-term partnerships within this room. So I'm really excited about that. Without any further ado, I want to tell you a little bit about my brother, my mentor. This guy's amazing. He inspired us all, inspired me. Strong brother in Christ. Man, I love this guy. I think that my life has been so balanced since I've met Joe, and I'm really excited that he's here today to give you guys some inspiration, to overcome your fears. This is not motivation. This is about overcoming your fears, stepping outside of the box, and believing in what you want. So without any further ado, Joe Emerson.
Awesome. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Houston, what's going on? Can we get another one for Houston? Gotta get one for my hometown. It's a little country, 500 population of people. Redwater. To make it out of there, man, means everything to me. Because I was born and raised in Redwater, and there's nothing there. Nothing there, man. And if I wanted to do something, I had to go to a school that was like 20 miles away from where I stayed. I grew up Redwater, Texas. Mom and dad married. It's been 28 years now. Had me and my little brother. So quick story about my little brother. I grew up, man, by myself for 8 years. So for 8 years, when I understood that it was important to really have somebody to play with, to have people in your life, and for me not to have that as a kid, I cried every day from the age of 4 all the way to the age of 8, begging my mom and dad for a big brother. Now, I didn't know I was gonna have a little brother. But I was young, and I was told Mom, I said, Mom, I want a big brother, bad. I want a big brother, bad. We ain't having no more kids. Then they got a basketball goal for me, so I shot basketball outside, probably threw about 30 shots, throw the ball in the bushes and walk in the house. Because I'm seeing everybody down the street playing together. I can't go down the street. I didn't understand why I couldn't go down there. Now I do. Because what was down there wasn't beneficial to me. We had a lot of negative things going on down the street. So my mom and dad was so well grounded in a faith-based marriage, so they always wanted to keep me around positive things. So when it comes to chasing our dreams and having visions and all these different things, you have to make sure what type of diet you have in life. You only can allow certain things to be intake in yourself. This is the only temple you get. You are the only you that's going to be here. So when you're gone, there's not going to be another you. So we have to be careful about what we let into our lives. We got to be careful what we let get in our eyes. We got to be careful what we listen to. So my mom was really protecting me because what was going on down there, I could have grown accustomed to those things. So it was important for me to be by myself at that moment. But I still begged my mom, said, oh, I want a big brother. I want a big brother. And it's like, no, we didn't have no more kids. So I remember when I was 7, we sat on side the bed. And I said, Mom, why can't I have a big brother? And I remember she told me, it don't work like that. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, so-and-so got a big brother, such and such got a big brother. Well, you're not gonna have one. So I would always cry. But when I turned 8, the mom and dad had my big brother. My little brother. And I feel like that right there alone saved my life. At that moment, my life changed. I didn't know it as a kid, but I understood it growing up as a young man. That now I have somebody that's looking up to me. So now I gotta do everything right. I gotta be where I'm supposed to be because I'm his biggest influence. I'm his hero. You know, as a child, my dad, as a child, your dad, as a child, your mom, your dad, they should be your first heroes. If they have to look outside of the house to be a hero, like if my brother was to come to me and tell me, oh man, LeBron James is my hero, that means I'm not doing something right. Because he's not looking up to LeBron James because his money, he sees something in LeBron he doesn't see in his household. So I got to do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it on time. So I see my little brother watching my every move. And at the moment that he was able to pick up the controller and begin to play with me and interact with me a little more, it began to get a little smarter, it began to get a little stronger. I remember when I really understood my passion and the drive that I had to not want to lose in life, just want to be a winner. Because we're all winners. We're born to win. When we played the game, and it was 10 seconds left in the football game, I was down by 4 points. And I'm saying to myself, here I am, 15 years old, and my little brother is about to beat me. I said, I'm not having that. I wait till the clock got down to 1 second, shut the whole game off. I said, no, you won't beat me like that. We'll have to start over and you beat me fair and square. No, I beat you. The game wasn't over. So we was building a little bond throughout that time. But I thank God for my brother. It's all that is helping me. I'm getting to something. So this is about chasing your dream. One thing I ask that you guys do real quick. How many of you guys have a vision? How many of you guys, you know God placed a specific vision in your heart? By show of hands. So you got one person, he has no vision. Ricardo, he has no vision, no dreams, no whatsoever. He's just living. He's not trying to change nobody's life. No, Jesus, man. Whatever that vision, whatever that dream is, if you're already living it, write it down. I want you to write it down right now. The Bible says write the vision and make it plain.
That's right.
So let's write it down right now. Whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, where we're trying to go, whatever it is that you write down, you make sure you make a vow to yourself that you're committed to that thing. We're going to write it down in a cardboard box.
Let's write it down.
Your vision. What you want to do in life. Not what somebody else said you need to do. Not what life has enabled you to do because of adversity is thrown your way. What is it that you want to do? As far as when it comes to living your dream. What is your dream? Write it down. Keep writing. Have more than one dream. Don't allow them all to come to pass. You want to leave here today with a different mindset. That's the goal. Leave here with a different mindset. Take your time. Nobody can speed up and slow down this process. Nobody else will take you to right down. That's what this statement is. I believe.
I believe, that's right.
You believe in what you wrote down?
Nobody's going to believe in this thing that you wrote down. What you say. Nobody. Still writing, take your time, I'll wait for it.
Yes.
First things first. How many of you guys are truly committed to what you just wrote down? By show of hands. Awesome. By show of hands, how many of you guys will provide the consistency that it takes to finish what you just wrote down and make it a reality? Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Mindset. I'll tell you a little story. In college, I come into college before I get to that point. I'm gonna get back to the commitment and the consistency. I didn't have much growing up at all. I grew up in a trailer park home. Matter of fact, the trailer that I stayed in, my mom and dad kept the trailer clean, but I still had rats and roaches. That's still lingering in my mind to this day. I don't want to go back to that. Ashamed, growing up, ashamed to invite friends to my house because I don't want them to think differently about me because I have rats and roaches. You know, and to that day, you know, everybody's journey is a little different. And I'm not telling you this to complain or have a woe is me story, but it's just my journey. And somebody else has a specific type of journey. So always understand that your journey is important and your journey can save somebody's life.
That's right.
When you become that successful person that you just wrote down, you may have went through something in life that somebody else needs to know that you went through. Somebody may need to know that you had those rats and roaches just to be encouraged to hear the successful things and encouraging things that you're even talking about. Because they want to relate. People want to relate. That's how you create hope. When you make it out of a specific situation, because where I am now, I'm not in that rats and roaches no more. And it's okay to be in that as long as you have a vision to where you're going.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong where you're at. There's nothing wrong where you're at. A lot of people beat themselves up and feel like they're unimportant. Oh, well, you know, maybe this isn't for me. God has you right where he wants you. Like wherever you are in life right now, he has you right where he wants you. So for me and my mom, me and my brother not to have much growing up, we had a lot of drive, a lot of faith, a lot of passion. We knew that since we didn't have that breadwinner in the family, that great uncle or great grandpa that died and left $60 million behind for his great grandson, we knew because we didn't have that, we still had the ability to be that person.
That's right.
So I said, okay, bro, since we didn't have that growing up, why not that be us? To leave our great grandson something behind to say, hey man, I'm leaving this behind so that you can have resources that I didn't have growing up.
That's right.
That's being driven to have a specific level of passion for this thing that you wrote on that sign. You gotta have a specific level of commitment. Woo.
Come on, talk about it.
Okay, I said, okay, man. I know life's about to throw me some things, man, that's gonna knock me completely down. And I know some people gonna come into my life and have some smooth words to tell me why I should go do this and get away from this. A lot of people have told me, oh, only 1% make it in the NFL. That 1% don't have to pertain to me. Don't have to. There's no rule book in life that says, hey, Joe, 1% only makes it, and that pertains to you. No. Hard work pays off. Everybody has a dream, but everybody don't have no grind. Everybody does not have a grind.
That's right.
So I said, okay, I'm against the odds. Mom, we gotta move out of Redwater. Can I go to school in Texarkana? I believe that I want to be a football player. Now, I didn't grow up wanting to be no football player. Matter of fact, each and every individual in here, we all were born the same. We came out of our mother's womb. Nobody has done anything different since the day of life, day one started. And because we all came out the same way, we're all on an equal playing field. We all get the same 24 hours. We all get the same 365.
That's right.
7 days a week. I call myself Mr. 25/8. 25 hours, 8 days a week. Because I got to do more than the 24, you gotta have 24 hours, 7 days a week. I got to do more. If I'm trying to change my circumstances and be that guy that's gonna leave his great grandson that $50 million and 10 businesses behind.
That's right.
If I'm gonna leave a legacy to the kid to understand that, oh, that's what it took for me to achieve what I'm trying to achieve in life, I gotta be driven like this. You know the most important, the most key word that people use when they go to these schools, these successful people go to these schools, they tell these kids, and this is a true story, they always tell these kids, and some people don't even have evidence of it, they just tell them because it's the right thing to say. They always say, chase your dreams. How many of you guys heard that before? Chase your dreams. Well, I said, I thank God for my journey because at this point in my life, I was homeless. I was homeless, and God had just brought me out of homelessness. He allowed a pastor that I met, which is now my best friend. When I met him, I had some money in my pocket, but I didn't know that God was going to use him to allow me to be sheltered. A year from that day, I met him. I didn't know that. People are placed in our life for a reason. That's why we cannot afford to burn bridges, because you don't know who you may need in this life. You cannot afford to burn bridges. So when I met this man, I treated him as if I treat everybody else, with love. So it came a time where I was down on my luck. Some of the friends that I had in my life that I grew up with, I ain't heard from them still. They ain't call me and say, hey man, I want to pray with you, man. They ain't call and say, hey man, do you need something? Because that's what a real friend is. A friend isn't just ha ha, hee hee ha. But a friend is when that hurricane come in your life and you say, man, look, I need help. A real friend that knows that he's blessed to be a blessing, what sense does it make for me to be driving a Bentley and I'm your friend and you eating out of trash cans? Don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I gotta bless my brother. God gave me enough to help you. So I said, God, thank you for putting this man in my life. He provided shelter for me, my son, my wife, my daughter who was on the way. Before I got to all that, I had to fight my way into the league. I had to fight my way. In high school, they told me I wasn't gonna be anything. I was a knucklehead. First of all, I was a knucklehead in high school, man. They told me, oh man, he go out to school, he'll be back home. But it's a good thing that I was a knucklehead because you got a lot of knuckleheads growing up right now. And they need to know that there's a presentable man by the name of Joe Anderson. What's your name? There's a presentable man by the name of Tori. Like I'm saying, this is not just about me. These kids need to know that there's presentable men now that's respectable, that honors their parents, that walks in love daily, that has a strong faith-based relationship with the man above. Like these kids need to know that. And when they know that, they need to know that this person, this Joe Anderson, has a past. So now they know that they can be changed. Like little kid, you don't have to be like that. You don't have to be disrespectful like that. They used to be me. That's not gonna get you nowhere. How are you doing with me? Because I've always been one to get the short end of the stick. I've always been the talented one in the room, hardest worker in the room, but I always get the short end of the stick. Why me? Why me? Why am I not getting a chance? So I said, okay, I never complained. I just always worked hard. I was a cat at the end of the bench, and every time they gave me an opportunity, I'm always in the front of the bench. So it's like, I've been doing this. All you need is an opportunity in life. But sometimes people are not going to give you opportunity. Matter of fact, nobody's going to give you anything. So when nobody's giving you anything, you got to learn how to create an opportunity.
That's right.
You got to learn how to create. I wrote my vision down, and I made it plain. At that moment in my life, I wasn't homeless anymore. God gave me shelter.
That's right.
I said, I'm starving for success. I don't need you to give me anything. I know what I want already. And a lot of people don't know what they want. That's why I asked y'all to write it down. My man's in the back. He left. He missing out on a good thing. He said he want to go play basketball. He said, well, I think it's over for me. I said, what's your vision? What you want to do in life? I want to play basketball. Well, I think it's over for me because I messed up my ankle. I said, well, what is it that you want to do in life? I want to play basketball. Well, I hear a bunch of excuses. I hear a bunch of excuses, man. Write it down. Write it down. Now make the proper adjustments. Life gonna throw a lot of things at all of us. It's all about how we respond. Michael Jordan, if he didn't respond the way he did, there would be no Team Jordan. There would be no Jordan shoes. There would be none of that. High school coach told him in high school, he said, Mike, you're not good enough. I gotta cut you, man. Sent him home. We talking about Michael Jordan, $1 billion man. He got businesses, all that. This is what we talking about. I know some of y'all want to own y'all businesses. Y'all might be coming up the rough side of the mountain right now, but that's good. Everybody's not going to have that as far as football. Everybody's not going to have that first round draft pick story. Everybody's not going to have that. Oh, I was a free agent. I came in as a free agent. Everybody's not going to have. Oh, my agent knew somebody. Oh, my mom knew the GM. Everybody's not going to have that story. Some of y'all going to have to create your own story outside of what stories are made of in this life that we live. There's more than one way to get to Reliance Stadium. Just because it takes you a little longer than everybody else, that don't mean that you're not important when you get there. All that matters is when you say you're going to do something, just do it. Just stick to it. The young man said, hey man, I want to play basketball. I said, well, what's holding you up? He said, man, you're right. I said, man, what have you done up until this point to help position you to go play basketball? Because you can believe all day long. Because all you're doing is believing. But faith without works is dead.
That's right.
You should be at the house believing, man. God, you're going to drop your contract on my couch. You eat chips. You eat Doritos. Hamburgers. What are you doing to put yourself in position?
Come on, man.
Okay, so you roll your ankle. That's cool. How you going to shake back? Like, you need to get in front of people that can help put you in position. Cut off people that's just hindering you.
That's right.
All the cancerous people that I grew up with, I cut them off. I have guys that I grew up with from yay high. I had to cut them all off and love them from the other side of the street.
That's right.
Because I knew that where I was going, they couldn't help me get there. If you hang with 9 broke people, you will be the 10th. I don't care how much character you got, that's good. The good book says, hey, bad company corrupts good character.
That's right.
So if you hang with 9 broke people, you will be the 10th, and that's a fact. I remember in high school, my 12th grade year, 12th grade year, I never had to steal. My mom and dad will give their light bill to make sure me and my brother had the clothing, the proper clothing, the things that we asked for. She would spend the rent money just to make sure we had that PlayStation. I said, these are sacrifices my mom is making I didn't even know about. I'm wondering why we're sitting in the house in the dark. Or why we gotta go next door to my grandmother's house, because it's cold outside and the heater isn't on. I don't know that these are sacrifices that my mom and dad are making. I didn't go without. I didn't have it all. But because I had good character, I also had bad company. Were they bad guys? No. They had a good heart. Good loving guys, but their intentions were broke.
That's right.
Their mentality was broke.
That's right.
When you see that person, the first thing you'll say to them, that's a good dude. Yeah, but they're broke. I'm not talking financially. Like, they're not putting me in rich resources. They're not putting me in rich circumstances. They're not putting me in rich positions. They're keeping me in broke positions that's going to allow me to be broke in life. So I know how to cut some of these people off. One of my best friends was the hardest thing to do. Met him when I was 7 in Boys and Girls Club basketball. My 12th grade year, I'm wondering why this man come to school with all the clothes. He got the finest clothes. I'm like, mom and daddy, you got that much money. Like, how do you get this top of the line stuff? He come tell me, he said, man, look, I do a little, when I go to dealers, man, he show me a little trick how he steals stuff. Right now, I'm hanging with a broke individual. And I was gonna remain broke if I didn't cut it off.
That's right.
So he said, okay, he showed me how to do it. Why he been doing this for a whole year, and the first time I do it, I get caught? I said, man, come on, man. I'm getting ready to walk out the store, man, tap me. Excuse me, sir. First thing I thought, my heart dropped. I said, my son won't play football. I said, I have a bright future, man. I want to have my own construction company. All this just before my eyes.